Good morning, everybody, or afternoon. I can't tell what time it is anymore. It's June 28th. This is actually the third video I attempted to do this morning. We've got weather moving in, which means I've got buku energy, and my brain is at the door, waiting for me to catch up. So I'm going to try to make this as quick and sweet as possible. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, famous last words, Jim. Today we're going to start doing the finishing up on the bedroom. We're going to finish cleaning it up and start ripping up carpeting, hopefully. If my energy levels, excuse me for belching, that's what I get for drinking so much soda so quickly. Yeah, I'm already on like my, finish off my first cup of coffee. I can only have one cup a day, and I'm already drinking my first and only Mountain Dew of the day. After the Mountain Dew, it's basically energy water or energy water with electrolyte. Anyhow, sorry. Like I said, my brain is already out the door, and I'm trying to play catch up. So, the way things are looking, we've got floor tile coming in. We ordered last night some peel and stick floor tiling that looks like driftwood, or has that driftwood look, coloring, whatever. So basically what I'm planning on doing, hopefully Jerry's with me, is we're going to take a section of the bedroom that's been cleaned up, rip up the carpeting, prep it for the peel and stick, which hopefully will be here today or tomorrow. We're supposed to get an email, but they said, 24 to 48 hours, and that was last night. So, I don't know. But we're going to do basically rip up a section of the flooring, clean it up, put down the peel and stick, move furniture or whatever items that we couldn't move out of there to the peel and stick floor, and then do the rest. So hopefully by this weekend we'll have that done, and we can finish up the bedroom, and then we can work on the one room that is probably going to be the biggest headache, and that's the craft room. Now, I don't know if she's planning on removing the carpeting in there. We had talked about it, but then she said no. So I don't know what we're doing in there. I just know that it's the last room to basically clean and rearrange. And then once we're done cleaning and rearranging that room, the craft room, we can finally start doing the decor in all the different rooms. But the decor is waiting to last. The reason why it's waiting to last is because, one, then we'll have all the furniture and all the stuff rearranged and cleaned up. So then once everything's cleaned and rearranged and the dust settles from that, we can start doing decorating. And this room, I'll probably be decorating by myself in stages because it's mine. The only thing I might have Joanne come in here and help me with is some of the last minute stuff that we had to just move to various locations that's supposed to be in this room, but it does not have a final resting place or a final decision, because we've got a lot of glassware that's still on the buffet that's like extra. We don't know what we're gonna do. The reason why it's extra is because Jerry Ann was like, I want so many pieces just in case I have, more than our just regular 6 to 8 glasses. And I was just kind of like, okay, but some of those pieces are mismatched pieces. They don't have anything else in this room or anything else in this house that matches that particular design. They're just oddballs. I wanted to get rid of them. She said no. We're still arguing about it. Not really arguing, but debating. But anyhow, I have 2 questions real quick. The first one is shop with me video. Why I have not done a shop with me video. I'm not the shopper. Basically what that means is Jerry doesn't feel like going shopping, but we have to go shopping, or we have to go do a pickup. We just go pick up our groceries from Walmart. We've been asked in Dollar Tree and Dollar General not to do videos because of company policy. And so we don't do shop with me videos anymore in Missouri. Now, when we're down in Texas, when we go down there here in the next 2-3 weeks, hopefully 2 weeks, there are a couple of stores that Jerry Ann will do videos in real quick. That's on Jerry Ann. I don't do in-store videos. I'm in the store, I get what I need, I get out of the store, I come home. I have done some shopping videos where I show you and talk to you about the various stuff that we get at the grocery store, but most of that stuff is on Jerry Ann and her channel, because that's what her channel was originally started as. Between her first channel was originally started for DIYs and shopping videos and that kind of stuff. I'm not saying that shopping is girly, but that's her thing. My thing is talking about my life and talking about what I'm reading and talking about my adventures and how my day is going and how my day was, things of that nature. I'm not a shopper. If I do go, like I said, if I do go shopping, it's in and out. It's go in there, get what I need, and get out. Because I know if I take too long shopping and doing videos and whatnot, I'm going to end up in the electronics department or the sporting goods department or the outdoors department looking at stuff that I want but can't afford. Or I want but I don't know what I'm going to use it for. So one of the things I learned is to avoid spending too much money while shopping is, 1, make a list. 2, stick with your list unless you see something that you know you need right away. 2, don't go into departments or areas of the Walmart that could cause you to purchase something that you, 1, can't afford, or 2, don't need. So that's why I don't do shopping videos, because I want to be in, get what I need, and get out before that part of me goes, ooh, look, electronics. Oops, I just spent $50 on a video game that I really did not need. Man, okay. So I'm smart about how I do my shopping. But I do videos of what I get. So, yeah. Unless Jerry needs the content for her video, which is fine, because I've always got 1 or 2 videos on my phone going, hey, you gotta put us on YouTube, otherwise it's doing you no good. The second question is the tapestry behind me. Now, I'm just gonna lean this way first. This is the keel or front end of a Viking longship. The figurehead, which is not always the same, each boat has its own figurehead depending on the owner of the boat or, the purpose of the boat. Basically, any boat that has like a wolf, dragon, or any kind of animal usually represents a boat full of warriors. If it's a boat with like a female figure, it's the figure of the Valkyrie. Usually it's a boat full of shield maidens. If it is a boat with deer antlers or some sort of weird, scary looking type thing, it's usually represents like the seers or those who use satyr, which is basically meaning magic, or somebody to be scared of, like berserkers, crazy people. Each figurehead was either the representation of the owner of the boat or those within the boat, or both. But this is a Nordic symbol. Well, you have 3 different groups who want to argue about this symbol. One group is basically the Nordic people who say it represents Odin's compass. If you happen to have this symbol on your shirt, tattooed on your body, or on the sails of your boat, it basically represents the compass of Odin and it's kind of like a protective emblem. So basically, if you have it, you will not lose your way. Whether it's your way home, your way in combat, your way of life, whatever. It's basically kind of like a symbol of protection from being lost. The three groups who argue: the Arabian group, or people of Arabia, historians who studied various things from Arabia, says it's actually a mathematical formula. I don't know about that. Then there are the Celts. Well, the Celts and the Norse had similar symbols and whatnot. Now, I don't know exactly what their argument of what it represents, but it's one of those kind of things that I strongly believe that it's basically representing Odin's compass, and you won't lose your way. People have had this tattooed on their bodies. I have a couple of different ideas of different tattoos that I would love to get on my arm that have that symbol, or just getting that symbol on my chest. I also want the symbol of Odin on my tattoo, and the symbol of Odin is like the three interlocking triangles, or pyramids, however you want to call it. Some people are like, well, why do you want a tattoo? And I'm like, well, one, I think they're cool looking. Two, it is another way of me representing my connection to the Norse people, even though I only have about 15% Norwegian and 10% Dane or Danish people in my blood. I also have Scots, Irish, Wales, German. So I have I traced my lineage and my ancestry to basically the areas that my Ancestry.com information said, and all the areas that it pinpoints were at one point in time either settled, conquered, or controlled by the Norsemen. So yeah, everything goes, hey, yeah, guess what? Even though you've only got a small percentage of Norwegian and Denmark, you got percentage of northern Germany, Scotland, Ireland, and areas in Britain that were once under Danish or Norwegian control. In fact, that area of England that my ancestry points to was in an area known as the Dane Laws. Basically, the Dane Laws during the Viking era was under control by Vikings. In fact, Uber Ragnar, who was the son of Ragnar Lothbrok, controlled Ireland and that central section of the Danish laws. So it's like, okay, I don't care what my I don't care what anybody else says. All my information says you're Nordic in one way or another. Even though in modern day terms, a lot of the areas that were controlled by Nordic is now Ireland, southern Scotland, northern England, and Denmark, Norway, parts of Russia. Yes, parts of Russia was controlled by the Nordic people, and I'll give you that history in a second. And northern Germany near Denmark. The part of Russia that the Nordic people are believed to have settled, which is northern Russia, were settled by a group known as the Rush, R-U-S. The reason why they were called the Rush was because of the fact that they were red-headed Nordic people, or red-headed Vikings, that moved into northern Russia before it was known as Russia, and established colonies and trade posts in those areas. Sometime in the 1400s, they added the S-I-A-N to make it Russia. So yeah, I might even have a little bit of Russian in me because of the rush. But anyhow, that's, a little brief thing of history that I discovered. And in fact, what book did I discover that in? Yes. That is the book that I read that told me about the rush. This is not just mythology on the deities and whatnot, but it's also folklore and history of the Nordic people or Viking people. Another little piece of history or information for you all. The Viking people were basically people from the Scandinavian territories, which the Scandinavian territories is basically Norway, Finland, Sweden, and Denmark. Now, the Denmark people weren't considered part of the Norwegian aspect or the Scandinavian part because they were known as Danes, not Scandinavians. That, in fact, of the word Viking is a verb. It's not a people, it's an action or occupation, which loosely translates into pirate. So when a lot of people think of Vikings, they think of a people. I think of an activity of a people known as Nords, Norwegians, Scandinavians, or Norsemen. Norsemen actually does not refer to Norway alone. Norsemen refers to people of the north, which basically in that time frame during that era was basically what is now known as Norway, Finland, Sweden, and Denmark. It was the Norwegians who discovered and colonized Iceland, but it wasn't Eric the Red who did it first. There was, and this is not just from the TV series from the History Channel called The Vikings, this is actually a historical-based piece of information. The person who discovered northern Iceland was actually known as Floki. Yes, Floki from the TV series was a real person. In fact, a lot of the names in the TV series The Vikings are real people. Floki discovered northern Iceland. Eric the Red, who made his first colony in southern Iceland. Now, Bjorn Ironside, who was a real person, was known for his discovery how to get into the Mediterranean. Ubbe, son of Lothbrok, was the Viking gentleman who not only settled and conquered parts of England and established a town known as Jorvik, which is also in my video game, Assassin's Creed Valhalla. He, Ubbe, was crowned king of Jorvik and Ireland. One of the other sons of Lothbrok from the TV series was also known for his campaign and conquest of most of England. Ivar the Boneless, on the other hand, I have not found a lot about him through my readings and studies as of yet. Same with one of the other four brothers. How many brothers? Ubbe, Hesek, Ivar, Bjorn. I thought there was a fifth one, but from the TV series, but I don't remember ever hearing his name in anything outside of the TV series. But yes, the History Channel's The Vikings is loosely based on historical confirmed knowledge between the historical sagas and various other resources. The thing that I don't like about the History Channel's Vikings, which this might be a bit of a shock to a lot of people, Rollo, which is portrayed as Ragnar's brother, wasn't even born until sometime after Ragnar became king and started his historical conquest of England and battle on the Frankish or French territories. Rollo was not even a son or brother. He was more like a nephew, or he was part of the Ragnar family, but he was not a brother. He was probably born about the same time as Uber or Ivar was. So he wasn't even a brother. He was a family member sometime down the history channel, down the histories of Ragnar. That was the only thing that I found out about it. Went, what? Why are they portraying him as a brother? A cousin, yes. I think he was more of a cousin than a brother. But you got to realize some of the translations of the original sagas into English was a struggle, just like translating the original text of the Bible into English was a struggle. Because sometimes the word brother does not mean an actual blood brother or an actual brother of the same parentage. Amongst the Nordic people or those who follow the Nordic ways, today, brother could be your best friend, your distant cousin, someone who's not related to you, but you consider them a brother because you trust them with your life or your family or something of that nature. Just like the argument that I've been having with some people on Facebook, the word skål, which actually translates from Dane to English as cheers, could be used not only to like say cheers, but to be like a greeting or an agreement or something of that nature where you're happy about something. So it's not always cheers, raise a glass. It could be you're coming into their home, or there's an agreement, amongst a group of people, and they just skål. It's an argument that we've been having, and I'm just like, dude, okay, there's the literal translation, or that means cheers as in hurrah, or cheers as in hail, hello, good day, or cheers as in to say we agree, we're all happy, we're cheering you on, there was a victory in battle, cheers, that kind of thing. So the history of the Norse people, the language of the Norse people, the meaning behind a lot of their words, it fascinates me, and I'm like, oh, so we're gonna argue about a subject. Let me go look it up. I want to have information to back me up to say, hey, look, this is what we're talking about, or this is what I'm talking about. And if you want to debate it, debunk it, whatever, here's where I found my information. You know, I'm one of those people who enjoy research because it's like, oh God, I gotta look this up. You know, ask me about doing research when I was younger, before high school. I would have been like, don't care. It doesn't cause me any fun. But nowadays, it's just like, knowledge. Must have knowledge. Need knowledge. That's what I've become lately. It's just like, I know what they're talking about, but I'm not 100% what they're trying to talk about. So let's go look it up. Some of the circles that I used to be in, or still kind of am in on Facebook, hate me for it because it's like, oh, you want to argue with me about something? Let's go see what the history's. Let's go see what the internet says. Let's go see if I can find history's reliable information. I do not rely on Wikipedia. There's There's so many things that people bring up from Wikipedia, and I go, oh, really? According to the History Channel, or according to the Smithsonian, or according to reliable groups of researchers, this is what they say. I don't like Wikipedia because I have been able to find certain things on Wikipedia that I can debunk or prove as half-truth information. So I do not rely on Wikipedia whatsoever. I don't even know where Wikipedia gets half their information nowadays. But anyhow, I just got to go get some food and get some fuel for my belly. Otherwise, I'm gonna have a grumpy day. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this off. I was gonna read from American Cozy. I will probably, if I don't read some of it tomorrow or later tonight, I should have some more American Cozy stuff on here shortly. And until next time, well, slow down. So if you enjoyed this little vlog, give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, go ahead and put them in the comment box. As you can tell, I do answer those, whether I answer the questions online or just in the chat room, in the comment section, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I do see your messages. If you're new to this channel, go ahead and click. If you're new to this channel and you want to click on the subscribe button because you like what you hear, you like the fact that I'm reading from a book to inspire not only myself, but those who want to listen to declutter, clean, and cozify your home, or you just happen to like certain subject matters, like my discussions about the Vikings or things of that nature, and you want to hear more, click on that subscribe button, and then YouTube will pop up a little bell, and you click on that bell, and YouTube will let you know when I put in the next video. So until next time, skål, have a good day, bye.